A mug or small cauldron of warm, spiced mulled wine is one of the most festive drinks of the coolest seasons. Not only is mulled wine a fantastic way to warm up during the coldest, darkest nights of the year, but the beverage is one of the easiest to prepare. Just add a few delicious spices, a cheeky bit of chilli doesn't go astray, and a bit of stevia to a cask, goon bag or bottle of easy drinking wine. Chuck it on the burner to warm the mixture and you'll have a delicious concoction that'll get you mighty happy and or possibly laid. Some wines better lend themselves to a mulled wine than others. Dry wines here are key, guys, and easy drinking straightforward options with strong fruit characters typically work best. Budget-friendly wines don't hurt either, guys, because mulled wine is meant to be drunk in a crowd after all. But you can just have it at home on a Saturday night like us. G'day guys, it's Chris here from Low Carb Life, and tonight on Saturday night we are making mulled wine and we're going to have it in front of the fire. I don't think you can get many better situations than that. So we're going to start off with some absolutely terrible quality goon. We're going to start off with that because at the end of the day you don't even taste it once you put it in mulled wine, so don't worry about that. We've also got some very cheap brandy that we've bought as well, and it is, I don't think if you drank it or if any brandy connoisseur had some of it, they would be horrified about how it tastes. I don't know the difference, so that's lucky and I don't want to find out the difference just in case. We've got some lemons and we've actually got some homegrown mandarins here from our tree, so it's going to make it all the more special for the mulled wine we're going to make. Then we're going to put a few spices in, so you need a bit of cinnamon, we've got a bit of star anise, a bit of cardamom powder, and we've got a bit of cloves in here. You can see if I shake them up for the nice clove effect. It's a funny looking clove, but it's just covered in cardamom powder. So we've got that, and then we're going to sweeten it up with a little bit of stevia as well, because red wine is quite dry, there's not much residual sugar in there. You can still have a good time with your mulled wine and stay on the keto. Now guys, before you get too wasted, I want you to go and click that like and subscribe button, because when you've had a few of these, you're not going to be able to operate that mouse very well, and we're probably not going to get the like and subscribe there. So do it now, then watch this, and then you can go and start brewing up a nice batch of this stuff. See you in the next part. Alrighty guys, we're going to start by cracking our fresh sack of crap quality goon. Now, I don't know if you guys call it goon overseas, but in Australia we call this cask wine or goon, and it's commonly played by or drunk by college students or university students. They'll attach it to one of our Hills Hoist washing dryer lines, and it's spun around, and whoever it lands on has to drink this terrible stuff, but it does the job. So let's get in, and about 2 litres I'm going to say of this stuff, because you get a lot of evaporation and it concentrates the flavour. So while we have a good fill up here, this recipe guys, this is going to resemble a lot of you sitting in front of a toilet or on a toilet doing exactly this, and let's hope that your pee is not red, because if it's red, something's gone critically wrong and you should go and see a doctor about your kidneys, because that's not normal. Unless, of course, you've had beetroot the day before, in which case you will pee red. So don't be worried if that happens to you. And don't be concerned if you start peeing way more or start peeing like a pregnant woman, because alcohol is a diuretic, so you will be naturally going to be able to pee more anyway, so don't stress about that. Alright guys, so I've half filled the box with this, because I didn't realise that this little tab was caught under here, and it's filled the box as well as my pot. So we're off to a great start. I haven't actually even started drinking it yet, but we're already halfway to interesting times. Now guys, next we're going to put in our brandy, the terrible quality that it is. I don't even know, I don't think it's very good, but we're going to find out. Now anyway, when you are doing mulled wine, you're going to be slushing red stuff everywhere, you're going to be slushing citrus and spices, so I recommend wearing a white shirt, just so you really can stuff that one up. So I'm going to recommend, we've started about here, I'm going to put in about half a cup of this, because a lot of it's going to evaporate off. We have 15 grams in our net here. I didn't realise they called these little bags a net, but look, they've caught the cinnamon nonetheless. Let's open them up. Might have had to get Shook to do that one, and I would have told you I'd loosened it up for you. Alright, let's get about half of this in. And yeah, so we've got about a quarter remaining. Good job. Alright. And for the next part, we've got our star anise, our cloves, and our cardamom. Now, I'm probably going to be slightly more careful with this one. Alright, so let's try and get that even in here. Alright, and then I'll hold on to half this. This is a theory I've been working on. Hold on to a few more of those star anises. Have you ever heard of a star nephew? Because I have not. I'll take it. Alright, make sure you rescue the little fellas that fall behind, because your team is only as fast as the slowest spice. Now guys, if you have not washed your apple, I recommend you do so, because this one's been sitting in the kitchen for a while and it's quite greasy, so you want to wash that. Now, recommend dishwashing soap, but I don't have enough faith in my skills to make sure all of that comes off before I put it in the pot, so I'm not going to. I'm just washing it with water, which was actually completely useless because grease is not water soluble, so I've just wasted about 20 seconds. Let's cut these down the guts, guys, and then we're going to give it some nice slices. Now, I like a bit of cyanide in my, or arsenic in my mulled wine, so I'm not going to take the seeds out. But actually, I recommend that you do, because you might not wake up after your mulled wine at all if you don't cut them out. So we'll just cut and nick out of here, nick out of there. Stage fright. What can I say? Now you'll notice that my knife has grown. I've actually been wiping some Miracle Grow onto it and it's working a charm. Give these a quick rinse, because I know where they've been their whole lives. They've been on my tree, but at the same time, there might have been, who knows, crawling on it. So let's make sure their dirty little feet don't cause us any trouble. Okay, I'm gonna leave the skin on for these, because it's a lot easier. By the way, how good are my seedless mandarins? Loving it.
Doesn't the skin make it bitter?
It might. Comment from Chook. The skin might make it bitter. We should probably peel these now.
Well, I don't know, but
I have a feeling it might be like a lemon. Alright, so start getting under the skin of your mandarin. Now, he never said anything bad to me, but I'm getting under his skin clearly here. He's not loving it, so oh boy, he's popped. Alright, Chook's just going to sample that one to make sure this is alright. Alright, she's helping. Good. Well, that's probably too small to bother with, so let's pop him open like a... I don't know, let's have a go at that. Oh, tell you what, I'm not a black thumb when it comes to mandarins. Funny story though, they actually just grow at our house. I haven't actually I haven't actually done anything to them. They've been there for about 30 years and I haven't, so that's probably why they taste great. And I just found that oh wait, better wash. Can't be recommending to wash it on one and then not wash the other one. It's kind of like if you've got kids, you can't treat one way and the other's other ways, because they'll be onto that. And you know, mandarins don't talk, but who knows what goes on in that pan. Alright, so getting under his skin well again. And it seems to be faster, because these were really hard to peel the other day when I was snacking on some. And this seems to be the go. Guys, I think I would go as far to say this is a life hack. This is awesome. Look at that, peeled. I only just looked at it. Should probably do this over your pot, so most of the juice that I'm currently squeezing out, at least 70% of the juice, is going onto my chopping board. So we're aiming to get most of that inside, not outside the pot. Good, alright. Once we've got that, give that another bit of a nick. Another bit of a nick here. Alright, we're going to get them in. Ready. Splosh. Beautiful, beautiful. Apples in next, because we need a bit more real estate on our chopping board here. Get a zoom in on that. Looking good. Last one. I'm going to just squeeze this lime in, because we want some tang to make sure we don't dare taste that horrible wine that we've put in. Because it's rubbish. Sorry, Stanley Wines. It's crap. It was like $13, so I'm not expecting much. we're gonna let that heat up for a while. We're gonna give it a bit of a stir with a utensil because that's gonna be getting hot. So I've grabbed one of my finest spoons here, and we've had some good times. I've worked it so hard that the handle's fallen off it. But look, I enjoyed every minute looking at her. Actually turns out to be me, but look, I'll take it. Stir it around, give it a good stir. Give it a good stir. And we want to make sure that anything we've put in there dissolves. We haven't put anything dissolvable in there yet, so don't worry about stirring too hard yet. Now, the next step is we're going to put our stevia in there. So we'll get that to you. You guys don't really need to see that. I'll give it a good stir, I promise, after I do that, and I'll see you in about 15 minutes. It's on a medium heat. Actually, it's on bugger all heat. I haven't even turned it on yet. All right, let's make sure it's on. I'd recommend turning it on the instant you put stuff into it so it can start heating up. Or now you're going to be sitting here for about 30 minutes. Good job. Cooking with Chris. Classic. Now we've got the burners going.
I've got the high heat.
Now we're coming up to a bit of a boil. Actually, definitely don't boil it. If you boil it, then you're having non-alcoholic mulled wine. And who's drinking it for that? So once it starts getting to a point where you're like, yep, ow, that's starting to burn my finger, then you can probably turn it back to a lower heat and just let it simmer for a while. You want all those flavours to, I was going to say coagulate, but that would be wrong. Unless this was a Halloween party.
Infuse.
Infuse. Chook. With the words. Alright, so you can hear that now. It sounds good. Now I put the stevia in already, so now don't put too much stevia in. When you're putting it in, taste it, dissolve it, and then put in because it can be quite strong. But yeah, I think you'll be pretty right. Everything to taste. And I don't know, should I chuck in the general disclaimer, don't try this at home? I think definitely try it, it's great. Now, right when you get near the end, we're going to add in my secret ingredient. I love this stuff. It is just real vanilla bean paste, alright, with vanilla seeds in it. So I'm going to grab a spoon from here. So I've got my spoon and I'm super excited to be putting this vanilla in there. Let's get a nice big chunk. It's really easy to work with, as you can see here. Super easy. Doesn't require about 10 hours of gym work a day to get out. Very simple. And then you just put it in your pot. Now see, that's quite steamy, but it's not boiling. All that stuff that you just saw come out, all that steam, that was alcohol. That's why I put lots in, because it disappears. So give that a hell of a good stir around and let it bathe. Let them really get familiar with each other in there. Those flavours are going to have a bit of a party, and we're going to come back and crash that thing, and we're going to taste them. Get keen. The moment of truth has arrived. We are going to have a look at our mulled wine, and we're going to get stuck into it. Alright, get excited. This is going to be delicious. The first reveal is about to happen. Get excited. I am. Oh, look at it. Oh my god. Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting. The apples have turned red, the mandarin is about pulverised, and it's taking on all the flavour, and it's been donating flavour all night. Alright, the party, it's pretty much in full swing here. All the fruits have contributed, everyone's brought a little bit to the party, and I think we're getting pretty excited about this. Let's get this cup full of the good stuff. This is the juice of life. Actually, what we're drinking here is the blood of Saturday night, so let's get around it. Alright, one, and we'll get one for Chook as well. Alright, got a bit of spice in there. Need to spice up a bit. Not.
I'm already spicy.
She's spicy Chook. Alright, now you want a couple of bits of apple, would you love them? Look at these apples. Red. Alright, let's try that again. Look at these apples. Red as the day they were not born. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say that was a red delicious myself. But I don't know my apples, so let's just go with that.
Might have been a pink lady.
It might have been a pink lady. There we go. The facts straight from Chookopedia. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty bloody good to me. Bring them out into the light. Chook loves her apples. We're going to get stuck in and have a go at this and try not to burn ourselves. Cheers, Chook. Get around it. I really love getting cloves, whole cloves in my mouth. It's delicious. Really tasty.
I want to sieve yours.
Yeah, I generally would recommend sieving it. But it's more rustic this way. And look, you can tell I haven't had many yet because my shirt is still quite white. By the time it turns pink, you'll know things have taken a turn. Alright, how good. Get it around that again. Well, I can tell you guys, you're going to absolutely love this. Make sure you like and subscribe now before you go and start making it. Because if you do, you're not going to be able to drive your mouse properly. It'll probably run away on you. And let's get stuck into it, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Have a great week. Alrighty, guys, we are here. We've finished making the mulled wine, and what a recipe it was. It was quite delicious. Now we've got our lovely fire going, which is fantastic. It looks like it's about to go out because I didn't go outside to get kindling because it was far too cold. So I've tried to start it with paper and firelighters, which is always a never successful fire because you just don't have the right stuff. It seems that our low carb muffins are ready. Actually, it's a low carb banana cake, and I'm going to probably eat half of them. So guys, thanks for joining us again on another lovely video, and we'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe before I can't click that button anymore. Cheers.